my wife's a garage sale collector. She's at every rummage sale you'll ever see. She buys the clothes and never stops to check them. She just bags them up and brings them home to me.
Somewhere else, obviously. Yeah, nice to see you. Hello everyone, it's Clay from Clay's Collections. Welcome back for another Goodwill bins haul. It's been a little while. I have not been able to get to the bins, been very busy. So it was good to go. Cindy and I went, although I'm just doing a haul video. We're still busy, needless to say. And so yeah, we found some good stuff for resale. So without further ado, let's just hop into it. For those who don't know, I am a part-time reseller, antique dealer, whatever you want to call it. And I deal primarily now, since I'm working again full-time, in books and, you know, glassware, few collectibles, which I'll show you today. And yeah, and I sell mostly now through the antique store where I have a booth. I actually haven't listed anything on eBay for quite a while. My store is down to just over 100 items. So been working hard on that, trying to simplify my life because I can't keep up with everything. So, so it's been good. It's all good stuff. So I will just show you this mix. We got a nice mix. I got some books, which is always good for me. And this one, it says The Woman Who Would Be Queen. And it's actually a book written in 1954. And you guys know what happened in 1954. That's right. Queen Elizabeth was made queen at her coronation. This book was actually just before that happened. And it's her biography. It's called A Biography of the Duchess of Windsor. Now, it's missing its dust jacket, and it's a little wonky. You can see at the top, it's kind of slanted where it was sitting on a shelf sideways for a long time. So it's not in the best of condition, but obviously with the Queen's death, this stuff is very popular. The other thing I look for are current events where people are, you know, going to be looking for things. Like when Elvis died, I actually had some Elvis stuff. I listed it, sold right away. Those types of items is another way to keep your inventory moving, especially on stuff that there may be a lot of and you're not sure, but when a new movie comes out on someone, like the Elvis movie, that's what I was referring to when I was talking about Elvis. When the Elvis movie came out, I listed stuff. Anyway, this is another book, The Wisdom of Gibran. Many of you know him. He's famous for the number of different books that he wrote. And so this is the book of aphorisms and maxims. So 1966 first edition book. You know, it's $8 to $10 for that particular book. Elements of Approximation Theory. Cracks me up. I thought of the Big Bang Theory when I picked this one up. I have no idea. It's a very specialized book, it looks like, with regard to rocket science. Approximation theory. How to get it approximately to where you want, I guess. Let's get into some of these other. I found these playing cards. They're called flans. Thought I had a fun little picture. I think that's supposed to be a kiwi on the front, but when you open them up, there are little fairy figures on them with a little floral pattern on the back. So they're just cute. They look like they were probably never used, just bought as a decorative item. I sell a lot of cards out at the antique store, so when I see unusual ones, I pick them up. I was taking the label off this earlier. I remember these old ashtrays as a kid, the beanbag ashtray. It's a little dirty, I'll clean it up. But I haven't seen one for a long time, and people look for ashtrays. I mean, it's a great little trinket dish to store stuff. One of the other things when we first got to the book bins, I found this. Well, actually, Cindy found this first, loose paper. Then I found the bulk of the book. And then found in some other pages. This one says a name, Elise Long, December 1867. So here's the title page. It's the New Testament. Actually, it's the whole Testament, sorry. In 1859, I believe this to be a Norwegian Bible. And then I found the cover. That's the great thing about the bins. You just keep digging long enough, you might find everything. And I did. I found this great book. It's a great leather cover. So that's the oldest thing we found. Coolest in my opinion too. Another great book, Leisure Reading. This is actually a book of all different types of books for children to read. And this is from 1930 something. 1932. So it's a great little reference manual. Love the illustrations on it too. So we'll, yeah, look, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I might keep it just as a nice little reference book. American Girl doll books, picked up a couple of those. And our bins books are 59 cents an inch. So like this stack of brand new Clifford books, still sealed, would have cost me a little over, probably about 75 cents. But yeah, so I picked them all up because I sell a lot of children's books down at the antique store. This one I picked up, reupholstering at home, reupholstering a chair at home, because I used to do upholstery. I had an upholstery company that I had for about 15 years that I did part-time on the side. That was a lot of work. And then my friend Clave, he also is a dealer at the Pink Elephant, and I will link his channel down below. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. I should have been prepared for his channel. I'll drop the name here, and then I'll drop the link in the description. But he found this pack of these Arch books, which are religious books, religious children's books, like The Secret Journey, The Lame Man Who Walked Again, Secret of the Stars. Now, these are all from the 1960s, and they are in excellent condition. The Rich Fool, it's like they were bought and put away and never used again. 1965, this one is. And it doesn't look like they were really ever read. They're just amazing. So there's a whole stack of those as well. And then the last book I got, and then I'll get into some of the other very interesting items we got, is the Great Children's Stories. It's just a nice big children's story book with great illustrations in it. So again, that'll go down to the Pinky. I picked up a number of these little card holders, and I'm going to put them down at the Pink Elephant because for selling postcards and other paper ephemera. I have a cabinet that I could put these. Somebody put Velcro on them. Just set them on the side of the cabinet, and that will save me a lot of space. Little trick, at least for me. So, all right. So here's a Rolex spoon. Did you guys know that they made Rolex spoons? Yes, they did. Many times they will have the city on here. They're made in Switzerland, and they're souvenir spoons. This one says Lucerne. I've had them before, and I've sold them. They're $5 to $6 a spoon. But yeah, they make Rolex spoons. Oh, let's see. What did we spend? We spent $17 all total today. Not today, but when we went. Oh, look at it. It's the little glass rooster. I had to get him. He was too cute. Then we found this toothpick holder. It's marked on the bottom, St. Clair, 1971. And these has the Native American head on them. These sell for around $10. This one's a clear one. They also came in colors. Some of the colors are worth more, but clear, not so much. I picked up this frame. They sell ornate little frames like this at the Pink Elephant as well. I thought I could put a vintage picture in there. In fact, I have some damaged old postcards and other paper ephemera that I could cut the damage off and set it in there. That's another way to do it. If you've got some damaged paper goods, put them in pictures. We found this awesome Indian head nickel belt buckle. Yeah, there's no company mark on it, but I just thought it was fun. It's dated 1937. The nickel is. And then we found some dollhouse miniatures. Like there's an old radiator. Here's a log holder for the fireplace. Some pans, frying pans. The lid. And I put these down. I have a craft area with drawers, and I put these in baggies and stick them in the drawers and put like $1 each on them. And do quite well. Here's another little wooden table. That's good. This was my favorite find. It's a little tiny leather covered, looks like a book. It's actually a match book. But the front of it still does open up, and it's got a little picture in there. It's a little stiff. I just thought that was so cool. I'll probably keep that one for myself. Found an old brooch. Again, I throw these into craft jars. It's missing a couple of the rhinestones, but I put those in craft jars. Beautiful hand-blown glass dish. It's still got the ponto mark on the bottom. Never polished, so nice piece. Beautiful color. And then the last thing I'm going to show you, look at all these little wooden, the little people from Fisher-Price. And there are these odd ones, which I did find. They're all wooden with a paper label around them, but these are Fisher-Price. They're from the 1970s. They had a set that came out with these people, and we have 3 of them in here as part of that set. And then we also have, oops. Now here's the plastic. The plastic ones are the newer ones, like this one. But then there's the wooden ones, like this one is all wood. The body and the head and the hair. No, the hair is plastic. The hair is plastic. So this is older when they're all wood. This is another newer one because he's all plastic. He's a taller one. So there's all these different ones. This one I believe goes with the hospital. There's another wooden one. So it's just a mix of old and new and all of that. We got the nurse with the mask on. So some of these go with the hospital set. Here's a little baby with a bib. And we have one person at the Pink Elephant. This is her specialty, is the Fisher-Price little people. And so she collects as well as sells. But so again, these are, you know, $2, $3 each. They're not a lot. But when you add that up, I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Just in the regular little people, that's 12, even times 2, that's 24 bucks. Times 3 is 36. So, you know, and then these 3 sell for like $3 each too. So there's another $9. So $30 to $40 in little people. Can't beat that. When I only spent probably $1 for all of them. So it's a good deal. Anyway, that's our video for today. I hope you guys are doing well. And yes, it's snowing outside. Still, it's Minnesota. It's snowing all the time around here. Anyway, we'll catch you next time.